Jesus, not this. Oh, why did this game get an anime opening cutscene? That's my big question. Why? How loud is... Ooh, that's loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Loud noise. Why the fuck is it good? I don't know! Because KFC has too much money. I just changed the game. I literally just changed the game. I got a little bit done with potion craft. Yeah, I just changed it. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's other people streaming it right now. Why was the person bad? Oh, welcome. Okay, did I click new or continue? No, I want new game. Why is there... Okay. How loud is that? Deepest. Not too loud, okay. I said I would play this during this month, so I'm doing it. They already said I would. Okay, where is my chicken bucket? Okay. I'm turning the sound effects volume down because it needs to go. I want to listen to the nice music. Okay. No, it's just the sound effects was like way too high. I would rather listen to the music than the freaking the bloops for everything. Yeah, I know, the KFC gaming console. How is that gonna be? It's gonna be something, huh? It's gonna be interesting. I'm just trying to find the right... I think this will be fine. Okay. I played this before, but it's been like... probably like 9 months. 9 or 10... 9 months. It's been a while. The poster's great. Oh, I didn't even notice the poster. Or that poster. I like the chicken one more. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You can stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now, now, now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. It's like Andy's room. I don't think I've seen his room in a while. I don't think I could quite say. Smack the clock up and at him. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Okay. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed. Hair combed. Pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met and you absolutely love her for it. You've had to choke on the biscuit. It's dry. Oh my gosh, I don't like biscuits at all. I really don't. I've never had a biscuit I liked. Good morning, Maddie. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I am, because I sure am, excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? They're good biscuits? Well, I think I'm just not a biscuit person then. I might just not be a biscuit person. You're hoping to see some hentai. I don't think so. I don't think KFC would want that on their brand image. Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together, and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day-only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. KFC actually paid for hentai. Ew, no. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Did you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Pep talk your best friend. What? Mashed potatoes are pretty bomb. I don't like mashed potatoes either. How hard was she kissing it? I don't know. She probably went like teeth first on it or something. More worried about it in your tooth. No. Probably trying to eat it. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask gave me nightmares. I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. I know. Like, I get it, you know, biting it can be a thing, but maybe not like the first kiss. You know? It shouldn't be the whole thing. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? I didn't even realize she had bangs. When I think of bangs, I think of the ones that like cover like your eyes and stuff. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, this is like the bad girl. Sorry, I'm like trying to... Okay. It's Ashley. Or Ashley. Slay. Ashley. Ashley. I don't know. How should I say that? I think that's just one of those I think that's just a really quirky, way to spell Ashley. I'm just gonna call her that. I don't want to make it complicated. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but she can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Maddie's shins alone, they're perfectly normal shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley, even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Okay, well that explains it. If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Van? You ring? I hate him. I hate his face. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as Sia and Miriam, but substantially more devious. You love him? I don't know. I think it's just because I don't like guys that look like that. I just think it's because they aren't my type. I don't like the chiseled look. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Shh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. I don't know. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi Pop, I'm Maddie, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me or is he kinda cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Bob upside down as Pob. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Unless it wasn't capitalized either. I don't know. Huh. I don't know. He's just a kid. He doesn't know, like, better. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pump and why is he in our culinary class? He must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone's looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. This over here must be sweaty sweats a lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second, nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We're in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Maddie sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. Classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when it's all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and complete in the broom cooking arena. Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. No one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decided to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? I'm gonna say chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, well, well. I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with the coating warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey Maddie, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Should I sit next to my friend or should I sit next to Colonel Sanders? I forgot what I did last time I played this. It's like I said, it's been a while. Like it really matters too much. Sib on my friend first. Yeah, I'll sib on my friend first. I don't want to betray her this soon. You moved to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He's such a magnetic personality. There's a seat open right next to him. If you'd sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say. But now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me? This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for a life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. Oh gosh, I hate this. If train A is traveling to point B, and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork? Okay, that's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as prepared with love and not too much salt. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy. My total score is a 5 out of 5. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know what I just meant, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Not diggity, Matt. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow. The cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be your lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. He said shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Shaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, like, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. She sides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that she is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Well, hold on, I mean, I guess I'll try it. Takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Savor the moment and everything it tells you about. Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? Tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops doing what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Huh. I'm bold to come out and ask. The idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me talking here. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I've been willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone. Then he leans in and you can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. He's blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow, you'd never guess that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Okay, be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Maddie. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally we get to show off. We get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable, tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over you, but unable to control herself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two? That is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Sure, Maddie, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Okay, who do you want to pick? Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I feel like Pop is kind of just like there. I think I'll go with a robot. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clink today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clink is clearly excited to have some attention. He eats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Zzz. Tissue, I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright. You two, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes two flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Ooh. Mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business. And you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? Oh gosh. Why is the music picking up? Ugh. No. Jeez, Van. I'm over here crushing Maddie's dreams. You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Oh jeez. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh jeez, don't say that. Oh howdy there, Ashley. Van. We're working at a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, though, it looked like Maddie was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Huh, doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley's really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. I'm gonna call on Miriam. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Someone threatening my friend, I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving. Leaving in the dust. Vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Maddie's my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. Results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, oh gosh, here we go. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van Van, do something, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Maddie. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes first? Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic. In just a few minutes I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed. It may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late, it has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacles being slurped up and Pops' his mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Talk has frozen the whole crowd, they're motionless as statues. Oh gosh, hi the magical one. No, this is not the Luma hunting stream. I didn't want to do it this week. Huh. I looked at it. I looked at Say Park this week and I was like, nah, I ain't doing it this week. Not worth it. Not worth it. Last bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pomps' enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. You're skipping because you have them both. Yeah, you have like a ton of Lumas. I would think you'd have, you know, at least Kaku by now. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know. They're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Maddie? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. Something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world, the greatest chef the world's ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me, I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero. Oh jeez, here we go. I think I left the fridge door open later, nerds. I dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? You decide to go on the attack. Okay. Cook with love. Does 1 damage. It just got real. The attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. Okay, I decided to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. You grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? You decide to defend. Okay. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening, this is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to tumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch. Does 10 damage. Spork Monster's defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast. Don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it is Borko. Borko. The name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. I know, this game is purposely just weird. It's really weird and random. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Jeez. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I don't know why that was like weird to me. Nikki, maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. I know. That, and sometimes these visual novels aren't, like, worded the best, too. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great, why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. And then if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me and the flavor was like unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. Besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share with your bestie? Man, I'm gonna lie to her. Protect Colonel Sanders at all cost. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she merely turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. The wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Run to him. Run to him. You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of a stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh! Maddie, I am here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end. So you know it's serious. I don't know. This was officially funded and produced by KFC themselves. They know what they were doing. They know. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... Before you can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You wake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Huh. I don't know. This is made by KFC. So... I'm gonna compliment. I don't want to go too fast. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. You just started hearing the Donkey Kong rap. Oh, there's no save. Okay. Huh. I didn't get that thought at all. Like, counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one, I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book. Just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. Evil, I know. It's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned at the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. I don't think I can. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Zzz. Womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Ooh, he's mad. Zzz. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. But I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan? Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. Sprinkle stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. The scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy. Down. Off toppin'. Heck. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. Want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Maddie? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Okay, I will sample. I guess the pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. Feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend... Ooh... This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh... You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill... the prophecy. You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. The pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure I'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And arrivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. I don't know. Today's lunch will be prepared by a timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell him you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I love your gumption, Maddie. I'll be watching your performance. As just things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Arroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. Oh gosh, here we go. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the time runs down you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I suck. I don't know cooking. Oh gosh, get my head in the game. You're gonna need to see this season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, we have an idea. Okay, I just want to say I actually failed this the first time I played this. I failed this section, so I might fail it again here, because it's been so long since I played this. And I don't know jack squat. How many herbs? He has 11 herbs. That's right, you might not know all the herbs, all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now you got some basic steps going, time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most? Oh gosh. Trust? Wrong. Shit. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Classmates are rooting for you, but actually simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Oh gosh, a small town where dreams are born. Right, this is your shot and you're not going to miss it. Arroo! You try to shut up the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. What? Don't make me get the spray bottle. Just the end. Yep. Game over. Well. I can't win them all. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. Alright. Alright, let's season the chicken. We got 11 herbs and spices. Gratitude? Alright, cool. Small town, okay. What is the sign of success? Silence? Okay. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with it that they're unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Maddie. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. And all I can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Okay. Oh gosh, what are you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Grrr. You're stranded on a dessert item with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. I forgot the question. Oh gosh. What does it have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. Really struggling to keep up. Next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do it, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle. Sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Maddie does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue dough before it's overmixed. Maddie, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. Immediately crushed by the quick spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be, I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Maddie's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chomps as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. Ah, yes. Peak. This is peak culinary design right here. Love how there's almost no food on that plate. I was going to ask Maddie to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Okay, actually, I want to eat that now. I lied. I want to eat a whole honeycomb. Would a honeycomb be crunchy like a waffle? Do you think it'd be like eating a waffle, but like honey? I do like honey a lot. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet. Ew. Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat and pearls of blueberry gelée? Is that how you say that? Eating a thin wafer. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to eat a honeycomb. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, isn't Ashley? Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. Probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure's a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while, anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. Colonel Sanders changes focus. You can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Spork monster. Orko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting dumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it, you were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Maddie, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh my gosh, no I haven't. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room there are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of those secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who'd make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the space opens. Inside it you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business affairs." Poor guy. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of those secret recipe ingredients. It's blank. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in a scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You confess and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. The thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. Stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Maddie? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. You should take things slow. Talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. You make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders. Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, the secret ingredient isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. It's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? To be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad had happened to you. Okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clink, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving, as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just... it's just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Heh. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Maddie, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Maddie, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Are you concerned about my ants, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? And what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was... say that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Maddie, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Maddie. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa. I think they mean, what's that book? What's that book? It looks like bad news. Which is something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. It's a grimoire, like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I can use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it, bro. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's something to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles waits to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. Squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Maddie, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. Before he can go on any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Zzz, zzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, JJ forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Zzz, zzz. Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date. Beep boar. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Said Beep. Beep. Link begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stomps him in his tracks. Beep. Zzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I can mash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Our tiny Coco is a delicious treasure. So you know that his breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. But she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not, well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you're pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. Decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Maddie's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Maddie, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. That decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about my practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. A moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. No time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide the mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, all rights reserved. Fried chicken. Why? The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Do you want to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Do you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Maddie. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Maddie, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Well, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. Where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you've conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. But I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition. I love the stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? See, the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Huh. Yeah, you guessed it. Sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. I know. Sorry. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class and I woke up. Tosses a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered a huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. I summon extra power. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are sweaty, and my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Maddie, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Maddie, you have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I'm watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese and time is almost up. So, you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicate fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. The moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. Seems are missing some students. Pop, Blank. From off screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hehe, I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van had something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not entirely yearbook material. Wait a second. Prank. Blank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny natsuramaki? I spy a float in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just a tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal's been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, really do I taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Maddie, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard and an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. Bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkle leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! Professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. I would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of noodles could make it difficult to eat. Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Qualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This is the last you've heard of me. We're forcing us to endure a swollen tongue for the moment. Sprinkles gradually laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom, Turkish delight, and a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, it asks you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Maddie? I told you it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yes, which is why I cooked it. Did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You would know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. With that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. This class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this. This thing. Really blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. You all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ash should tell everyone they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation, it's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost, it was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. Amusing. Now that everyone is together. It's a spark monster, he's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spark monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking to the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to compete in the final exam and accept your diploma. We had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew that the whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. Blown away by Miriam's maturity. Pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. Portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. No, it's not the end. Everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner. Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Maddie? I couldn't help but wonder. Was our final exam team-up purely an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. I said I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen, as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. Not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. The end. Oh. Has that opening again. Huh. Oh. It's just the intro again, huh?